Boom, what's going on, guys? If you are checking the comic experience out, you have made your way over to the Fulcrum Report, and this is Fulcrum Report episode 23.
Ooh, yeah.
What? Oh my god.
And if you don't know what a Fulcrum Report is, where have you been? But before we start, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, subscribing to our channel. If you want to hit the little bell notification, you'll know when our videos pop up, and you can comment below. We love Star Wars. We love pop culture. We're going to nerd out today. And if you guys want to get down there with us, we constantly check and talk with you guys. So, yeah, hit it. But before we start, I am your host, Sebastian. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Yeah, but I'm going to shoot it over to my editor, co-director. He helps me out. We're also putting together some awesome voice dub comics. The one and only Gilbs. What's going on, Gilbs?
What's up, guys? My name is Gilbert. I'm happy to be here for episode 23. I'm really hoping that Jim Carrey doesn't bust in and be like, "It's all connected. It's all 23."
We are recording this on the 23rd of December.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
God.
But it's great to have you back, man. Thank you for making it back another week. We're going to
Absolutely.
shoot it over to the UK. We have Crazy Uncle Harrison. What's going on, Crazy Uncle Harrison?
Oh, Crazy Uncle Harrison has been driving home for Christmas and he's tired. Go play with your parents for a while.
It's great having you back, Harrison. We're all beat, and I can't believe we all made it. So if this episode's unpleasant, then it's Christmas's fault. Cool. So let's get started. I remembered the quiz question, guys. So we're gonna do the quiz question for episode 23. It's gonna be super simple, actually, but complex and that all in one. So there are 4 characters in Smash Brothers Ultimate yet to be unannounced. You guys have free reign to create or at least pick a character from any video game series ever.
Ooh.
Also, you get a freebie. You can also do any gaming device. You know, Rob was once like a physical like gaming device. So like if you want to use Nintendo Labo as as a fighter, go for it. So you guys have free reign. I'm not going to give you any more ideas. Jot your ideas down, and we will get back to that at the end of the episode. But first, Harrison, you confessed something to us last week, and what did you confess to us?
Right. So I admitted that as a frequent guest on a Star Wars based podcast, I had never seen The Last Jedi. And before we go on this, I will say a couple of things in defense. One of them is that after I had this whole problem where I was going to go see it with somebody and they bailed on me, then the entire internet told me I shouldn't be bothered going.
Right.
So literally, everyone said that, so I took that advice and I didn't go. And 2, because I'm aware that some of our North American viewers and listeners might be going, "Dude, it's on Netflix. What's wrong with you?" It is not currently on Netflix in the UK. Man, I'm so sad I watched this movie. Oh mate, like there were yeah, and it's been long enough that like things have been spoilt for me, so I wasn't like going into it going like, you know, what secret surprises are there going to be, but I just didn't expect it to be as bad. You know, usually the hype is a bit bigger than it should be, but wow, no, you were all right about The Last Jedi. It is a waste of a film. I cannot believe the money that was spent on that and the decisions that are made in that movie.
Yeah.
I'll say this now. I'll go into some details, but I tweeted my reactions to the films as I was watching it yesterday. So if you go onto Twitter and you go looking for at Harrison Bulman, or go search the Fulcrum Report tag, I think they've all got that tag on them.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for
so
that,
you
sir.
can
Oh.
No, the Last Jedi. I mean, weirdly, it starts off quite well. That opening action scene with Poe taking on that Star Destroyer, the Dreadnought, is really good. Like I really enjoy it. And then wow, it goes downhill really fast. Like there are so many things that are so wrong with it. One of my big things with it, like none of it has to happen. like so much of it is a waste of time. And like they do this thing where one of the worst things in the movie is that every time there's like a plot. So so let's say about turning off this tracking beacon that they're using to track them through hyperspace. They have this whole plot about that, and then at the end they fail to pull that plot off. But then like Leia's like, "You idiot! We didn't need to do that. We're going to do this instead." So there's no purpose for us to have done anything. Like so we just wasted all of our time.
No, everybody wasted time. Because you have Rey going talk to, returning with nothing. She returns trying to like turn Kylo Ren, who is absolutely full evil.
Yeah, there's like all the plot, all the mysteries turn out to be nothing. Yeah, like the Kylo Ren thing. Like, why are we connected by the Force? What is it that's between us? Snoke's going, it was me. Like he's coming out like they've been punked and like there's a camera there. I was doing it the whole time. Yeah, like that. Yeah, like Luke does his whole Force astral projection,
which
thing
isn't even like barely a thing that's hinted to. And I know some people are like, yeah, it is alluded to in like Star Wars Rebels and stuff. But for the average movie goer who doesn't have the chance to go watch the cartoons, read the comics, read the books, watch YouTube, if it's just a dad from the 40s, or not from the 40s, but a 40-year-old dad that wants to go watch these movies to see some weirdness like that, what did you think about that? Was it out of left field or what?
My problem with it is that it is a bit out of left field. You're right, but I do think that like Star Wars, we kind of set up really early on in Star Wars. This is about space wizards, so we can kind of let a lot of stuff slide, if it doesn't quite make sense. But my biggest one with it is that he does this whole thing where he pretends to be there in the fight, and then there's that bit where Kylo Ren, puts his lightsaber through him, and then realizes, oh my god, he's not actually here. I didn't actually kill him. Oh no! But then he dies anyway.
Right.
Like he dies of the effort of pretending he was somewhere else, and so much of it, like it doesn't make sense. Like that line, that kind of cool line where he goes like, "See you around, kiddo," and then as well, no, because I'm about to keel over.
It's gonna be a Force ghost.
That's what everybody's expecting, but like Gilbert, like honestly, like do we really want Luke Skywalker showing up kicking some butt as a Force ghost? Like no, I'm just expecting him to maybe have like a crucial scene or two, like Obi-Wan, like Ghost Obi-Wan, maybe like from
exactly, yeah, just show up and screw with Kylo Ren a little bit.
It's so sad that we didn't get to see Luke Skywalker just once. Like, come on, why you got to do that to us? Harrison, were you let down by that?
Yeah,
and not a lightsaber fight too. We didn't get our. I know we're little kids by now, but what about like I didn't get my staple lightsaber fight. I didn't get a lightsaber fight even.
Yeah, like the best we get is like that bit where Rey and Kylo fight the guards,
in the middle of the movie, cool. Though. Where's my climactic dun, 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 yeah.
It's also like the movie's way too long.
Yeah,
it goes on forever, and and like it keeps doing things. So I'm like, okay, cool. So they've got to the planet, they're safe now. No, there's a whole other thing you've got to watch. You've got like another 40 minutes of footage before this thing is over.
No, I agree with you.
And yeah, I just like, and the more I think about the movie, the more stuff is pointless. Like, there's that whole thing with that hole that's on the island, and there's a great darkness down there.
And it's nothing. It's a mirror.
Yeah, it's a hall of mirrors. And it's like, the darkness has something to offer you. It offered her nothing. Like it gives her nothing. Like it doesn't tempt her with anything. It doesn't do anything. This. Also, Luke, if you're so worried about this darkness, why are you here? And if he's cut himself off from the Force, how does he know there's a great darkness down there? It's just nothing worth. There's a tweet on there that I'm really about something I'm really mad about the whole hyperspacing the ship into the enemy fleet, which is like the only kind of cool thing in the movie, and there is no reason why she didn't do it immediately. Like
right,
the moment that everyone else is
what
off
a
that
horrible
shit,
leader! I am throwing gender out the window. What a horrible leader! If you have some grandiose plan to win and destroy the entire fleet, why are you letting your friends die this entire time? What a horrible leader! Right? You fail.
Also, why if you're the leader, why do you be the one to pilot that ship there? Why don't you send like a droid or something?
For real,
send an astromech.
Yo.
Like they can pilot the freaking thing by themselves. Like
if that
he
ship
could pilot the Disneyland ride.
One person.
What was that, Harrison?
If that entire ship can be piloted by one person, then it can be done automatically. Like there's no giant ship on the world that could just have one person do it and go, oh yeah, no, that's fine.
No, literally, C-3PO pilots the freaking Disneyland ride. Like, and that's basically like a shuttle through, the Star Wars universe. You could stick a droid in the seat and have him pilot it. Why did you need to sacrifice yourself? Like, it's all pointless.
Also, this is kind of just like goes back all the way back to episode 4. But if that was something you could do, why didn't one X-wing fly through the Death Star and just do that?
Yeah. No, I do want to always, so my brain doesn't explode, I'm going to give credit to Holdo. I always say maybe she's the first one to think of it. My problem is, everybody from here on out, like, how are we going to avoid not light speeding into everything? And the explanation...
Yeah. My last point on the thing is that I can't believe is that the movie made me hate characters that I like. Like, I came out of Force Awakens really liking Finn and Rey. I really enjoy them, and then this movie just really makes me dislike them. They are awful in this movie. They're given nothing to do, and the script's bad. The performances are really bad as well.
Oh, and I really agree with you also on like the aesthetic of the movie, like the gritty, realistic Nolan Star Wars.
Yeah, well, like even like the aliens that we get are really boring. The casino they go to is really boring for Star Wars. And then, like, the giant dogs that they ride on for no good reason, and then foxes, but the Pokemon foxes that are on this planet. Just like, couldn't we have it? The best design was the giant green milk things.
What the? Oh my god, that's awesome. I think that's great that you feel like that's the best design thing. And it's kind of sad that it's kind of true.
No, it is kind of true, actually. It's like the most original. Oh, what did you think about the Porgs?
The Porgs are good. I'm okay with the Porgs.
Cool.
Can't say a bad word about the Porgs. I love the Porgs.
Yeah. And I still love BB-8. BB-8 was still amazing, and just, like, always fun. Chewie was fun. Like, they barely let him do anything in this movie, but he was fun.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you. I dug the Porgs, and okay, so let's actually give me, before we go on to the next thing, what was your favorite moment of the movie? Did you have one like truly like this is Star Wars moment?
I think I honestly think it's the very beginning. It's when Poe is there in front of that Star Destroyer. Hanging there because it was the only time it felt like an adventure and it felt exciting. It was the only action scene that I cared about. It's just that.
Okay, cool. And then Gilbert, what's your favorite scene from?
Well, I would say the same as that opening scene when he makes the joke to General Hux and then he starts just like shooting all the cannons on the Star Destroyer. I think that's probably the best scene of the whole movie. Either that or when they fight, all the Praetorian guards or whatever in Snoke's throne room. Like that's probably the peak of the movie. And like after that, I'd say maybe the Yoda scene is like the next best. Cool.
Did you enjoy Yoda, Harrison?
Actually, yeah, I did. Yeah, I think. But again, this is this weird thing where, again, like how they keep acting like they're gonna prove there's a problem. Like when Luke's about to burn it down. And then he can't do it, and then Yoda turns up, and you're like, Yoda's gonna talk him out of this, and then Yoda goes, "Nah, mate, burning it down."
I know, it's really confusing. I walk away from that not learning a lesson because I didn't understand what the lesson is.
Yeah, it's exactly that. The only good thing about that was Yoda like hitting him with a stick. You know.
The only thing I learned was that my dad was right. I am a failure. No. I'm kidding. Okay.
Nice.
And then real quick. Oh, my favorite scene for Last Jedi, hands down. I it's super stupid. When they go into the bottom of Crate, like the Millennium Falcon, and it does a bum 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 bum, and then they're like in underground in the red crystal, like fighting the TIE fighters and like raised on the gun. And I know it's totally like it's stupid and like I don't like parts of it, but like. And the Porgs are there, and Chewie's like piloting it, and like I don't know, I love it, I love it, I love it. Like that's my favorite scene. Like I don't know, I remember falling asleep one night while the movie was on, and like literally woke up out of like a cold sleep right when that scene popped up. Like that's my favorite, that's my jam right there. So let's get on to okay, cool. Star Wars Theory this week came out with his movie. He's been promoting it for quite a while, and I want you all to check it out. It was the Darth Vader fan film. So Gilbert, you got a chance to see that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Harrison, did you get a chance to check that one out?
I've only seen a couple of minutes of it when you said that we were going to talk about the show, but I need to watch the rest because it's quite good.
Yeah, actually, yeah, and my bad I've been so busy this week that like when I just watch something, it's like in the moment, and then I forget to send it, so I'll be better at my job. But let's say, but yeah, no, Gilbert, what are your thoughts on it? Like, let's treat it like it's a piece of Star Wars. Like, so what are you giving it?
Well, as far as like fan films go, it's definitely one of the better made ones. Like you can tell a lot of care and a lot of effort went into this. I would say I'm not going to call it perfect. I'm going to give it like probably like a 4 out of 5, but it's definitely good. And yeah, like the voice acting that he got for Darth Vader sounds pretty spot on. Like all the actors he got for like, you know, Palpatine and you know, later on when he has people for like young Anakin or as Padme.
Young Padme was pretty good.
Yeah, like you can just tell a lot of effort went into it, and I really like it. And that whole like opening sequence where he's like, you know, I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but yeah, but just like where he's sitting there chopping down like all the clones and Imperial Guard just to get to the Emperor. I love that. Like, and I'm just like, wait, what? When did this happen? When was any of this going on in Star Wars? But it took a really awesome turn, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, at first I thought I was watching like an alternate turn of Star Wars history when he's like choking the Emperor out. And I'm like, oh, okay, so I guess this is like the story of if Vader like decided to, and I'm like, okay, I'm down for like an alternate universe kind of take, but it all turned out to be like a vision and stuff. No, it was cool. You know what it really reminded me of, and Harrison, you chime in also, but like I don't know if you guys ever read any like Dark Horse Star Wars comics, but it really kind of like I read, what was it, Darth Vader. It was one of Darth Vader's solo series from Dark Horse. It was like, I have it like sitting next to me, but I'm like too lazy to go get it. Anyways, it's the solo series from Dark Horse, and it like had almost that kind of vibe to it. Like in the comic that I had, it had like Vader going on missions with like clone troopers and stuff, and you know that's something that we don't get to see a whole bunch of in the new Star Wars canon. Did it give you kind of those feels a bit, Gilbs?
Yeah, definitely. And honestly, I like how he's including, you know, the prequel trilogy stuff. Like it kind of takes place between like 3 and 4, where, you know, oh, you have to go kill Mace Windu and, you know, go do that. I'm just like, that's cool. I really like that. And it feels like they're really teasing at it. And I kind of wanted to see a little more, but you know, I get it. It's probably expensive to make all this.
So real quick, is he releasing the other parts, or was like that it till we get the next movie?
I'm not sure. I think that he only made the one. I think that was the one he made. Now he has to get funds for the next one.
To continue it. Mm-hmm. Cool. Okay. And then so Harrison, did you have any like positives for what you saw so far?
Oh, definitely. The like you can see a little bit of the fact that it's a fan film.
Yeah.
You know, it's does not have a Disney budget. But then the effects they have in there are really good, actually, for what they've got. And there's an amazing moment where lots of people are raining blaster fire down on Vader, and he's just catching all of it with the Force, and it's so cool. I know it's a little bit just like, oh, it's like a bit with Kylo Ren, but what if we did more of it? But no, it genuinely is really badass.
Oh yeah, dude, that trumps anything Kylo Ren did.
Right?
Oh yeah,
Poser. Yeah, no, I dig it. Like, in the beginning, it felt like a little tonally weird, to be like 100% honest. Like, I was like, okay, like it felt fan filmy, and I was just like, okay, I'm watching a fan film. I sat down with the mindset, I was like, I'm gonna watch this like a Star Wars movie, and in like the first couple of seconds, I was like, okay, this is like more fan film. I'm just gonna enjoy this for what it is. But like, I don't know, like a couple minutes in, I kind of like forgot everything, and like besides like, you know, the actors not being the actual actors, it felt like I was kind of like watching something like legit, and like the space animation and like the light speed scene was like pretty dope too. So like, yeah, I want to give it like a 4 out of 5 too. Yeah, so Harrison, go check that out and then give us your. Why don't you just go ahead and live tweet that? But yeah, no, yeah, great job, Star Wars Theory. Not cool ending it just like that.
Yeah, only teasing at the purple lightsaber, you know, down in like the little hole, but not.
Yeah, and was that like a vision?
Show me Mace
was that a
Windu.
vision? I don't even know what was going on with that. Like, that was cool. I don't know. I want more. So, give me more. Let's go on to let's talk about this real quick. We had Darth Vader pop in. We had, you know, it was Darth Vader's last issue for his solo series, issue 25. Did you guys get a chance to check that out?
I've seen some of it, but I haven't read it yet.
I didn't read it. Did you at least, like, are you informed on it a bit?
I've seen a few of the screenshots, and I know a little bit of the story, but not as much as I would.
Okay,
like to.
Cool. And then Harrison, what about you? Did you get a chance to?
you know me, Sebastian. I didn't read anything.
Right. I know. I think I just asked you how to. Right. If you haven't seen Last Jedi, I don't know why you've read a Darth Vader 20. You could go see the live tweet of Darth Vader 25. No, kidding. But
I did see.
Did you see a video of it at least?
You might bring this up. No, I saw that incredible screenshot that got shared of the Spirit Vader.
Yeah, so I'll talk about that real quick, and then Gilbert, I'm sure you're like at least aware of like kind of what the thing's about. Darth Vader 25 basically. The prior issues had him facing like Darth Momin, which was a character from like Agent Sith, which was pretty cool that we're getting like some like old Republic era kind of stories just being touched on, because I think that's really hinting at that we're gonna get to see, you know, the next set of movies, whether it be like the Game of Thrones guys or the Rian Johnson thing, if that's still happening. I'm hoping one of that's gonna be the old Republic. So but basically Darth Vader opens the world between worlds. It's this like kind of this like alternate dimension, like dream mention kind of. It's a world between worlds. It's timeless, and you can kind of travel through time. But he opens the portal. He's the spirit form, because he needs to go find Padme. He can actually like bring her back, and in the comic, like right on his way, this is kind of the moment I want to talk about, is you see Shmi Skywalker, Anakin's mom, and you see the Emperor over his, you know, over the mom.
Yeah, doing some weird force voodoo.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
It heavily implies that he's the reason that Anakin is born.
Yeah. So do you want to talk about that a bit, and like how that would even be, and like why, and are we okay with this?
I have but one word for it. Boo.
Yeah, for real. Boo. I'm not okay.
That means that all this time, that even while he was training Darth Maul, he was always planning that, oh no, I'm gonna have a stronger guy, so I'm gonna waste all these years training you just to like make your replacement later on, and who may or may not even, you know, show up, because Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan may or may not go to Tatooine.
And did that just come to be? Did he just give like a Force shout out and be like, "Yo, what up, Force? Whoop, whoop. Like, can you give me a help out over here?"
He was controlling Jar Jar Binks the whole time.
He's like Force impregnating people. That's a whole new Force that I don't want to learn about. Like,
I want to go back to that image that Gil just made of like Darth Sidious sitting in a throne somewhere, like speaking for Jar Jar Binks. Going, yes, Misa Jar Jar Binks. Yes.
oh,
Yeah. Like it just means that so many things that the Emperor was planning had to have been like going on at the same time, and I feel like it's really implying the Emperor is just kind of a hapless idiot, dude. He's just throwing stuff at the wall, just hoping it'll stick.
or it's like really calculated actually, because he like set the clone trooper thing way in advance, and he said like his only downfall basically is like Darth Vader turning him on him, but that was like after like almost 50 years of him getting to do his thing, so like. I don't know. He was kind of successful, so like I don't know. I just don't also dig that like his hands were that involved of like Vader's creation. You know.
There's
Yeah, it means he's been. Yeah. Go ahead.
There's something that it got said on Double Toasted when they were talking about back on the prequels. There's a bit where there's a bit in the prequels where Anakin's hanging out and you see Greedo, and they like name him as Greedo. And like, Corey from Double Toasted said, "Is this a galaxy or is it a city block?" Because that sort of thing where they start tying all these characters together and like, oh, they were all part. It makes the world smaller, and it actually makes everything feel like there's less to this story, and it really is. It's a negative effect on how good the world is.
Right, and then the original like explanation, and you know what I dug about the original explanation too is, I mean, it was a similar sort of something, but it was just it's a possibility basically, and what it was that Plagueis, I guess, like he was more responsible for the birth of Anakin, but it was more of like. It was that Darth Plagueis was so evil and doing such bad things and getting so powerful that the Force had to compensate for that balance, and then the Force created Anakin, I guess. So that's why I think if you guys go check out my theory on Twitter, I think Rey is the Force. Actually, I think she's more of kind of what Anakin is, more of like it was a miracle that she was born. And it's just one of those guys again. So that's why...
Actually,
yeah.
Can I bring this up? Because this is something that I feel after The Last Jedi as well, which I think is really sad. But I just think what the people who are making Star Wars now want the Force to be, I think they've entirely lost their way. I think they are making it up as they go, and they are making a mess of it.
Yeah.
We've already been through midichlorians spoiling the Force, but now they're like the Force as a person, or the Force has this intent, or it has that intent, and like they're starting to run into the problems of they've used it as a sort of like a blank check to explain anything they wanted to.
And then that totally, what's ringing in my head too is Harrison Ford's like, that's not how the Force works.
Yeah, it's exactly that. Yeah, it's just like it's to the point now where as fans, it's like we can't take anything seriously anymore because it's just like, well, yeah, I guess so. The Force can do that now, I guess. Yeah, fine, whatever.
Oh God. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, Vader 25. It was good. He catches up with Padme. He can't have Padme because he's like his spirit turns into Anakin. And he goes to her, and she's like, I guess he tries to win her back, basically. And she's like, no, Anakin's dead. Like, there's nothing left of him. I can't come back. And, like, the person I loved is gone. And all that's left is Vader. And she dives off a balcony and, like, gets struck by lightning and blows up. That's yeah, it gets dark. Real dark, actually. I had to tell that part of the comic because it gets real weird. And the last part of the vision, this is kind of cool. Off in the distance, there's this like shadowy blue glow. It's like a white blue glow, and a figure steps out. It's just like a silhouette, and basically the silhouette ignites its lightsaber and like just wipes away the entire like vision, like boom, and like basically wakes Vader back up. And I guess that is like a foreshadowing of Luke Skywalker, and that's like Vader finding out about Luke Skywalker for like the first time, I guess, or like that there would be somebody one day to challenge him. So I don't know. Interesting comic, great art. I want everybody to go check it out. It's real weird. I don't know. I'm gonna read it for myself one day, and then you can check. I normally do my reviews on Instagram, so if you guys wanna, once I read it, I'll review it. But I don't know. So far, I don't know. It's a weird story. Let's touch briefly on the Hellboy trailer. You guys get a chance to see the Hellboy trailer this week?
Oh, yes, I did.
Okay, cool. So, why don't you give me your thoughts? Harrison, we'll start with you. What are your initial thoughts on this new Hellboy? Because it's absolutely a reboot.
Okay, so I think in terms of the monsters and things that we're seeing in there, and some of the places they're going to, that they look really cool. They look like they're getting people in suits. They look like they're going to have some amazing visual effects.
Yeah.
And that was definitely one of the biggest strengths of the first two Hellboy movies, was that just the monsters and creatures looked fantastic. Sadly, the only creature I don't like is I don't like Hellboy's makeup. He looks a lot like a Deadite from The Evil Dead.
I dug
And
his
it-
like
just his
idea of
face.
like pattern, because like in the initial images we got, it looked like it was just gonna be red, and then you get closer now and it looks like there's some sort of patterning. But his eyes are like so sunk into his face.
Yeah, and like they've put these massive sideburns on him that make him look really gaunt. They make him look like his face is really, really skinny. So I'm not too keen on that. And also, as someone who is British, I'm not enjoying the accents. They've got their Hollywood English. Some of those accents. Some of that. All right, Governor, let's go along there. Now we're gonna go find ourselves some monsters. So I say we are.
Is that not how you guys sound?
Only when I'm at work.
Okay, so that was ruined for you, Harris. Gilbs, what are your thoughts on the Hellboy trailer?
Well, personally, I thought the accents were perfect. No, but in all seriousness, though, I thought, I mean, it looks cool, but one problem for me is that a serious lack of, well, at least it looks like a serious lack of Abe Sapien or Elizabeth Sherman,
Right.
Which for me in the other two Hellboy movies, I'm guessing this is a reboot, not a sequel. But
Which is
in the other
something
two
I
Hellboy
want to
movies,
touch
they
on
were-
too, because for this, continue with your thought, but I want to say, like, and we'll get back to this, but like for it being a reboot, it looks like it's a part 3 basically. Like, I don't really know why this can't just be a continuation off the old guy. You know, it doesn't look much different. But continue with your thought real quick.
Yeah, but without those two, without the other two, and then also the fact that the last Hellboy movie ended with like her being pregnant and everything like that, I'm like, we didn't get to see anything more of them, and they were two important characters, and personally, I liked their characters as well. I mean, I know the movie's called Hellboy, but it's not like if you read the Hellboy comics, it's not like he's the only one doing
that's why
stuff.
they were there.
He also
Yeah.
has a team. I don't know, man. It just seems like they're trying to make it like just a kind of generic superhero
That's
movie.
what I was gonna say. Very like
And-
meh. Whereas like Hellboy 2 I dug Hellboy 2 like a ton, because it was very like stylized and it was unique. You know.
Yeah, and no Guillermo del Toro, so
Yeah.
that's so it's not gonna be like the crazy like mythical creatures like Pan's Labyrinth creatures that we have in the first two. Now it's gonna be I don't know. I'm not sure what to expect from this, and I don't hate the guy who they have playing him. I forget his name.
wish
but
he'd
he was on
I
Stranger
wish
Things.
he'd just speak up.
Yeah, he kind of mumbles a little bit.
And I'm like, do I really have to watch a whole Hellboy movie where he's like, hey guys, like, what's going on over here, man? He's got a monster over here, man. Like, it's like, like I remember Ron Perlman, or that's his voice, the dude, right? The actor that played the,
Yeah.
he had the voice, and I'm Hellboy, man, and then you have this guy, and he's just like, hey, yeah, I feel like I'm a guy yelling through my makeup, like,
Yeah, in my opinion, there will never be anyone better for the role of Hellboy than Ron
Yeah.
Perlman. Like he nailed that role.
Yeah, and I'm not even bashing the actor. It's just like they took some really weird have the dude speak, and it doesn't even feel like this movie has its own like separate identity. I thought like, man, you're gonna reboot this thing, right? Like I didn't realize it would be so jokey either. I thought like, okay, you did yeah, I don't know.
That's very true. That's such a good, because I was saying this to my girlfriend. We were watching the trailer, and I really like Seeds of Destruction, the first Hellboy book. It's really good, and like Hellboy isn't that funny. He's just not a very funny guy. He doesn't make that many jokes like in a bunch of the books. So I don't know quite why they're going to continue with that. And again, it like you said, it makes you think, oh, this is just the other movies again.
Yeah, it was.
But I will defend them a little bit on how Hellboy looks, because I am also aware like there's not much you can do with that design.
Yeah,
They can't like take that many other places like big stone, red hand, red guy, coat. That's it. Oh, and also lastly, my last bit. I really like the last shot of the trailer.
Yeah,
where
same.
It's got
Same,
him
same,
with the
same.
horns.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah, that was cool.
Okay, yeah, it looks pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that scene was totally dope. I'm like, that's literally what, because I saw the whole thing and I'm like, meh. And then I saw that and I'm like, okay, I'll go see it. Just for that, like that was pretty cool. That looked like ripped right from the comic, and it didn't look hokey or cheesy or nothing. Like I'm down. Let's get on to our quiz question. We're gonna wrap up the episode. It's the end of 2018, so we have a whole bunch of games to look at. There's some characters that need to be added in Smash Brothers for DLC characters. You guys have free reign to add anything into Smash Brothers as a fighter from the gaming universe.
This is a real tough one. I was trying to think of like an answer that'd be like, it'd be really funny, or oh, this would be so cool. But the only thing I can think of, honestly, is like my favorite video game character ever. And to be fair, might be slightly cheating, but Jak and Daxter. I love those guys so much.
That would be
I'd
cool.
love to play as Jak and Daxter. Yeah,
Alright.
and I'm thinking because we've got several versions of Jak and Daxter. I'm thinking it would be from Jak 2 Renegade. That would be the version. So Jak with the long hair, and he's got the guns, so we can have those as kind of primary weapons.
That's cool. Yeah, that could be
like,
the base. And then in Smash, you always have the colors too, where you can change them into the different.
Yeah.
So you can always put.
Yeah,
that
so
in.
you could be the dark eco Jak, yeah, and then there'd be some stuff I think where something where Daxter would get involved as well, like Daxter would just be thrown at somebody or something, or would just be there for taunts or something.
Cool. Yeah, no, and there's Ice Climber, and there's like simultaneous characters, so like that could absolutely be. And you would get the stages from Jak and Daxter, and also like the music. So yeah, that's a win for sure. Okay, Gilbert, what do you have, sir? Or did he take yours?
No, he's got a good one. Honestly, I think I would probably give it to. Honestly, I was trying to draw a blank on like what video game characters would be really good for a fighting game. So I think I'm gonna have to give it to probably Starkiller from Force
That would
Unleashed.
be cool. Yeah.
I know he was already in Soul Calibur, but still.
No, yeah, you get a
I think that'd be
freebie
kinda
because
cool.
Smash kind of just threw rules out the window like this time around. So like, yeah, you're good. So Starkiller. Okay, cool. And then like you get his moves and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like you get his I guess his like his special move or whatever, his smash move would be like he does all of his crazy powers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like one of the things he brings down a Star Destroyer
That
on like
would
Kirby
be-
or something
Oh,
like that.
that'd be so good.
Okay, Gilbert. And then since you did pick a Star Wars character, give me what stage would come with that character? Like what Starkiller theme stage? Like from like the Force Awakens, or would it be the?
Yeah,
I mean,
wouldn't
not the
make a
Force
lick of
Awakens,
sense,
but the Force Unleashed. Or
okay, it wouldn't make any sense at all. But I would want to have them in the trench on the Death Star, and like have like kind of like the F-Zero stage in
where you,
Smash
like,
Brothers Melee,
X.
where like if you knock him up into the air and like a TIE fighter comes up and like smashes into him or something like
That
that.
would be really cool, actually.
That's so.
It wouldn't make any sense at all, but I think it'd
For
be cool.
somebody that
I was
plays
going to say
this game
the
as like
Sarlacc pit.
Oh, the Sarlacc, that would be good too.
no, absolutely. For somebody that plays this game as like a stress reliever, you like on the daily, this game, yeah, that sounds like a cool thing. Oh, geez, Gilbert. Okay, I'm gonna give you each a point actually, because you gave me a dope map for Smash Bros, and you gave me a great character, Harrison. So you each get a point this week.
All right,
great work,
awesome.
boys. And then here I'll give you my, since Sam is not here, but I want Master Chief in there. I feel like Xbox doesn't really have a mascot so much, and every you have Pac-Man, and you have. Like, I can't wait to show my dad this game and, like, have him battle, with Mario, Pac-Man, Sonic, and, like, Snake. It just... you know what I mean? So, there's definitely, like, Master Chief is missing. You need the Xbox mascot in there. So, yeah. Okay, cool. Let's wrap up the show, guys. Thank you so much for being on. Let's close it out with Gilbert. Do you have any plugs for the week? And I also want to say thank you so much for being here for 2018. We did it, and we're going into New Year, and it's been excellent having you, man. And I want to say I appreciate you. I was going to give me your favorite, since we are going into the new year, give me your favorite movie and your favorite video game of the year.
My favorite movie, definitely Into the Spider-Verse.
Cool.
And my favorite video game is Red Dead Redemption 2. That is by far the best game of the year.
Cool. And then, plugs.
But plugs. I'm still working on the Qui-Gon Jinn. I'm about halfway done with Qui-Gon Jinn. Hopefully I'll be done with it. I have the next 2 days off, so hopefully I'll be done with it by then. But yeah, other than that, that's it for me.
Right on, Gilbert. Thank you so much for being on this year. It feels weird saying that, but I'm going to give everybody a week off next week. We all need a Christmas vacation. So thank you so much for being on, though, man. And thank you, crazy Uncle Harrison. It's always a blast having you on, sir. Thank you so much for being here. Give me your favorite movie and game of the year, sir, and any plugs.
Favorite movie has to be, I'm afraid, I have to agree with Gilbert. It is Enter the Spider-Verse. It is the best movie of 2018, hands down. If you are listening to this and you have not seen it and it is still playing in a theatre, go see it now. Favorite video game of the year, I'm going to have to say Deltarune, because I think it's the only game I've played this year that came out this year.
What was your favorite movie? Sorry, we'll keep the recording, but I was reading something. What was your favorite?
Enter the Spider-Verse.
Okay, cool.
Enter the Spider-Verse.
Cool.
It's so... I could talk for hours on that movie. In fact, I did on the car ride to where I am today.
I didn't even talk about it with you. You want, when you come back, and I'm sure I'll make Marshall watch it, and I'll make Sam watch it, and we'll have a review with that too. Because there's way too much good stuff to talk about with that for sure.
And in terms of plugs, there's a couple. I am appearing in Vader issue 18 here on the Comic Experience. I am Chancellor Julie. And that's kind of cool. And also, this is a plug that I meant to make ages ago, but I am in the latest episode of The Strip, a original crime audio series based in the world of Fallout New Vegas.
Oh, that sounds so cool. Okay.
Yeah, it's made by a great guy. It's on a channel called Atomic Wolf, and the episode that I have just appeared in is The Strip, the case of the 3 ring murders.
That sounds so cool. I'm stoked, and it's in the world of New Vegas. Right on. Great game too. Cool. Thank you so much, Harrison, for being on. It's always excellent having you. And I want to let you both know. I want to wish you both a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, or Happy Holidays, or whatever. Whatever you guys celebrate over there, Harrison.
We celebrate tea. It is the day of tea, and we gather around and. The Queen makes a speech about tea, and then we drink tea, and then we pour tea on the baby Jesus.
Oh, wow. That sounds epic.
It's iced tea, we're not monsters.
And iced tea wraps there, yeah. Cool. Thank you guys so much for listening to me blabber for an hour. I am your host, Sebastian. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's always an honor, and thank you for letting me have this show and listening to our show, and for everybody that enjoys our show. How many times can I say show? If you wouldn't mind, please liking the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell notification, comment below, and just support all of my guys on here. Go check out their videos. They're all talented. Check out more videos from the Comic Experience, and keep an eye out for Qui-Gon and Darth Maul come in 2019. It is going to be off the hook. All right, guys, that's been it. Fulcrum Report, episode 2023 in the year 2018, out.